everybody, Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Warriors Chaos versus Death Holy Death of the Dark Elves. That's right, I got another game in against my Dark Elf rival, and this was a really good game. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sultry tones of my voice as I bore you to death with my battle report. Here is my list. Same as always, I have my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's my general. He's, as always, has the Mark of Tzeentch. He's my level 3 wizard. He's got Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder, Unholy Strike, and Lower Metal. My hero choices were an Exalted Hero, Catalyst, the Keeper of the Colors. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's my BSB. He's on a Chaos Steed. He's got a Shield, Sword of Might, Dawnstone, Iron Curse Icon, and that's about it. My new Gamble character, the Exalted Hero, Berserk. He's got the Mark of Khorne. He's got an extra hand weapon, Dragon Helm, Luckstone, Chalice of Chaos, and Poisonous Slime, because it's the best way I can think of to give him any kind of ward save, and I like the fact that he will wound you on the 6. Because Strength 5, while it's nice, it's not like elite or anything like that. And my last hero choice is my Chaos Sorceress, Vol, the Mercenary of Chaos. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's a level 2 wizard. He's on a Demonic Mount, Pack Hog. He's got an Enchanted Shield, Skull of Catan, Talisman of Endurance, and uses Lord Tzeentch. My core choices are a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds that are naked as the day they were born, which is good because, you know, I don't know about how you would put armor on dogs, to be honest with you. 17 Chaos Warriors, Blood Tide, Mark of Khorne, Halberds, Full Command, Banner of Swiftness, and my 2 Chariots, Rock and Roll and Vessel of Change, with Khorne and Tzeentch respectively. My special choice was a unit of 5 Chaos Knights, the Teeth of Tzeentch, with ensorcelled weapons, Mark of Tzeentch, Full Command, and a Banner of Discipline. And of course, my rare choices were my 3 Skull Crushers, Khorne's Wrath with Banner Musician, Lances, and a Banner of Eternal Flame, and the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is once again from memory. I just keep forgetting to take pictures of the list, and I apologize for that. It'll happen again. His general was a Dreadlord. Heavy armor, Sea Dragon Cloak, Enchanted Shield, Black Amulet, Sword of Might, I think. I'm pretty sure. If he had anything else, I don't know. Death, if you're watching this, feel free to put what you guys had in the comment section. Or you can tell everybody to F off. It's completely up to you. And he also had a Supreme Sorceress, who was a level 4 wizard. She had the Book of Asher, which is a genius choice, in my opinion, for my opponent. It gives her +1 to cast and +1 to dispel. So basically, since she's also using the lore of dark magic, she has a +6 to cast and a +5 to dispel. You don't see casters that can... Slan can't do that, unless, of course, they take the Book of Asher. But yeah, you get my point. It's a pretty cool kit. His hero choices were a Master, Psycho Elf. He doesn't name him that, I do, but it's fitting. This effing guy, elf, whatever. He's on a Dark Pegasus, he's got a Lance, he's got heavy armor, Sea Dragon Cloak, Shield, Twilight Cloak, and maybe something else. I don't remember exactly anything else on him, but, you know, I wasn't exactly checking him out because I was too busy getting my face kicked in by him. He had another Master, who was his BSB, who had heavy armor, Sea Dragon Cloak, or I'm sorry, he had Sea Dragon Cloak, Armor of Destiny, and a Great Weapon. I think that's right. Again, if I'm wrong, Death, if you're watching this, feel free to put it in the comment section. I don't remember what he had, and I didn't get a copy of his list. And he also had a Death Hag on a Cauldron of Blood with the Witch Brew, maybe? I don't know. His core choices were 2 unit of 5 Dark Riders. Both had Musician, Shields, and Bows. A unit of 10 Dark Shards with a Musician. I don't think they had a banner or anything like that. If they did, it didn't come into play. He had a unit, and his final core choice was a unit of 28 Witch Elves with Full Command and the Razor Standard. His special choices were 2 Bolt Throwers and 20 Executioners with Full Command, and I believe the Banner of Swiftness. I think that's right, not sure. And his rare choices were his Charybdis, Kim the Kardashian, and 5 Doomfire Warlocks. And I was glad to see the Warlocks back, because I do like them. These are my spells, 3 from Metal, 2 from Tzeentch, and 1 from the Beast. And these are his spells. I apologize for not having the one in there. You can't see it. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, to be honest with you. Probably doesn't matter. I don't know. Nobody really watches this slide, right? Here's deployment. As you can see, I was just at this point. I didn't care about winning or losing. I just wanted to kill some elves because it's my favorite pastime in Warhammer. Anytime I get to kill a pointy ear, it's going to be a good day. But as you can see, I pretty much just lined up with my center massed up and my Muleth on my right flank with Saval and my Corn Chariot on my left. The idea was let my big mass hit his big mass, let my little things hit his little things, and hopefully in the end there'll be more elf blood on the ground than chaos blood. Here's my opponent's right flank. From left to right, there's some Dark Riders. There's some Warpfire Warlocks. The base is actually Psycho Elf. He wouldn't fit on a little peg. It broke at the last minute because, you know, those cheap plastic things don't last for anything. As well as both of his bolt throwers. Here's his center. Again, from left to right, there's his... The Bleak Swords are actually Dark Shards, so they're just proxied for this game. Right next to them are his unit of Executioners with his Supreme Sorceress, his Dreadlord, and his BSB installed. Right next to them is the Cauldron, surrounded by a huge unit of witches. And right next to them is Kim the Kardashian, and she's purring with excitement. Last but not least is his left flank with his last unit of Dark Riders. Here's my right flank, my Beast and my Knights with my BSB installed. My center consists of my warriors with my Khorne Hero, my Demon Prince, my Vessel of Change Chariot, my Skull Crushers, right in front of them are the dogs, and my left flank consists of my Khorne Chariot and Saval. Here's top of turn 1 after movement, and once again, I got to go first. And I think that might be the problem. I'm so used to going second that it's thrown off my game. Yeah, that's my excuse. For the most part, I just kind of moved up. Saval made a ballsy move. I needed a 9 to hit him, so I charged his fast cav, and I actually rolled a 9. So he slams into his fast cav, which was a great start. There's a better picture of Saval slamming into the fast cav, and he's just... I'm thinking, break the fast cav, overrun. If the Warp Flame or Doomfire Warlocks do end up making their break check for panic unit break within 6, I can overrun, hit them, and keep them in combat, taking care of 2 units of fast cav with 1 fail swoop. Was very excited about this. To keep the momentum up and going, the Beast ends up getting his number 6 spell off on the fast cav, and while I only do end up killing one of them, that is plenty to get on the table, and I plop him right in front of the Dark Riders because I don't care. And once again, I get a lucky shot off. I put Searing Doom on his bolt thrower. And I know, you know, they got a 6 up armor, so I need 6s to wound. I do 6 hits, and I roll 2 6s, taking out the bolt thrower and forcing this bolt thrower to panic. So it's not even going to shoot next turn. Huge. I was very happy about that. Over here in combat, unfortunately, the momentum starts to slow down a bit. I'm only able to kill 1 Dark Rider, but with charge and a wound to nothing back, I do win by like 2, but he rolls like a 4 and they make their break check. I was like, oh, well, things are going so well. Who am I to complain? So we go to bottom 1 after movement, and as you can see, there's been very little. He moves up slightly, and that's really about it. There's nothing else really to report. During his magic phase, he gets Word of Pain off on my Demon Prince and is able to get a wound through because it's the Hex spell or whatever. His Dark Riders are able to stick a wound down through the Mutilith, which kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. And then in combat, Saval, embarrassed about his performance in the last round, is able to slaughter 3 of the Dark Riders this time, but my opponent immediately rolls a 3 for his leadership check and doesn't break. It's like, oh, shoot! So, here's top of 2 after movement, and at this point, I was like, whatever. My Demon Prince was -2 to his weapon skill, strength, and initiative, so I didn't want to take him into the Witch Elves just yet, and I didn't want to take him into the Executioners just yet. So I thought, well, I'll take a pot shot at his Dark Shards, see if I can't hit them, and they stood past their terror check, and I charge, and I made it. So my Demon Prince slams into his Dark Shards, and I'm just thinking that's an easy handful of points, and I should be able to heal that 1 wound on him. Meanwhile, everything else just kind of moves up a little bit, looking for love in all the wrong places. Here's a better picture of my Demon Prince slamming into the Dark Shards. And my magic phase doesn't do anything, so we go straight into combat, and I'm able to kill 3 or 4 of his Dark Shards right off the bat, and heal my wound, which I was pretty happy about. So I've got the Dark Shards on the run, and I'm a fully healed Demon Prince once again. Over here, it's a big butterfly kiss fight, and we end up stalemating it. I think he actually wins by 1 because his musician is still alive. It's the only thing that he has still alive. I do make my break check, barely, but I make it, and so that's something at least, but kind of turned on me over here, which is a little embarrassing. So we go to bottom of 2 after movement, and there's been a lot of charges here that I didn't expect. His warlocks actually charged a flank of my corn chariot, and while they needed a 9, they make it no problem. Meanwhile, Psycho Elf charges into Saval, and it's all over but the crying over there. And I think his Dark Rider, his Dark Riders charge into the rear of my Mutalith, which I wasn't overly concerned with, but at the same time, I wasn't thrilled either. Yeah, there's a better picture of the Warlocks into my Corn Chariot. Really wasn't happy about that. And there's Psycho Elf just getting ready to finish off Saval, which is disappointing. And with this one, the Mutalith hit my, or the Dark Riders hit my Mutalith in the rear. But all I can think is they're going to have a real problem hurting him, and I'm going to be able to decimate him as long as I don't roll a 1 for the amount of attacks I get. So we'll see. We'll see. I was feeling okay about this one, though. During his magic phase, once again, he gets Word of Pain off, the big one on my Demon Prince, and he does 1 to all of his stats, which I really didn't care about. And during the shooting phase, he's able to put 1 more on, or he's able to put 1 wound through on the Skull Crushers, which again I wasn't overly concerned about, but it wasn't like a happy thought. In combat, the Beast weathers all their attacks and is able to smash them all. I think I do 8 attacks, doing 5 wounds, and all 5 get through, and they all just die. And I'm fine with that. Beast doesn't even turn around. He literally just pooped on them, and they drowned in his fecal matter, which I'm okay with. Over here, now I know this picture looks bad. Saval does die, but not because he took wounds. He was able to make all of his saves from Psycho Elf and everything like that, so that was huge. But I didn't do anything back. I wasn't able to kill anything. I had to issue a challenge because now there's a character involved. So I wasn't able to do anything to Psycho Elf. Psycho Elf charged. Maybe I did a wound to Psycho Elf now that I think about it, but it doesn't matter because it would have been charge to my wound. He has a musician, so he wins. I lose by 1, and I roll boxcars. The BSB is way out of range. This combat went way longer than I expected it to. Saval flees, goes 3 inches, and I'm easily run down thanks to just a series of unfortunate events. And then in this combat over here, I kill 1 rider, and he does a wound to me. He wins by 2 because he's got a charge, wound, flank to my 1 wound. And I do roll a 6, and I flee, and I don't get caught yet. The good news is my Demon Prince is able to kill a few more, I think 4 more Dark Shards, which is great because there's only 2 left. They do make their break check, which is a little ridiculous, but that's pretty much par for the course during this game, so it is what it is. Over here, this should be bottom of 2, I think. Nope, I apologize, this is top of 3 after movement, and as you can see, there has been a little bit. For the most part, I haven't done any charges or anything like that because there's just nothing I'm ready to charge yet. My dogs move up to try to redirect the executioners a bit, and that's really about it. And my Corn Chariot rallies, and he turns so that his front is facing Psycho Elf because I know where he's going. Yay, he rallied! Whoop-de-doo. During my magic phase, I get Enchanted Blades off on my Demon Prince just so that I don't miss, and I can finally finish off these Elves. And it works, because they all die, and I turn and I face the Executioners because I don't care about the Bolt Thrower. So, here's bottom of 3 after movement, and this is where I realize I did one of the stupidest effing things I've done, well, all day, actually. It actually was worse than what I did in the last 2 games. So, yeah. He charges my dogs with the Executioners without thinking, without looking, without any cognitive thought whatsoever. I just said flee. And then I rolled the dice and I moved the dogs. That's when I realized the executioners are easily able to read. Well, I mean, he said he was going to redirect into the skull crushers, but at that point it's too late. So the dogs flee, they get away, and he's easily able to hit the flank of my skull crushers with executioners with 2 characters in it. I was so... Get ready, because I'm going to rant about how dumb I am. So if you don't want to hear it, fast forward another 12 minutes or whatever. I'm just so effing tired of being stupid. I'm awful. Awful with Skull Crushers. And that's why I didn't put them in my list before. They've never really worked out for me because I don't use them correctly. I'm terrible with Skull Crushers. I really am, and that's why I keep getting rid of them. And this is just more proof that I really shouldn't have them in my list because I am full retard with them. His executioners hit my skull crushers in the flank. Infantry hit monstrous cav in the flank. They charged me. Literally, there's somebody playing War Machine right now that's going, someone's a moron. It's just unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably stupid. My opponent, and don't get me wrong, we're friends. I've known this guy for years. He's a good guy. But even my opponent looked at me and was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen you do. And I was like, yep. He didn't even have to say anything because for the next 12, 15 minutes, I was just complaining about how stupid I am, which he really enjoyed. And to make matters worse, my Mutalith got charged by Kim the Kardashian, who needed a 9 to hit him. So I'm like, well, I'm going to flee because I don't want to deal with Kim with the Mutalith. That's just not going to happen. I flee 3 inches. No, I'm sorry. I flee like 2 inches from Kim, which really sucks because now he needs an 11 to hit me. And he rolls 12 and he hits the Mutalith and kills him, which is... yay. And of course Psycho Elf ends up hitting my Corn Chariot, but whatever. So, yeah, there's a better picture of my Mutalith being hit by Kim. Those are the actual dice he rolled. We moved them so I could get him into the picture, but yeah, he rolled boxcars for Kim to charge, which was 1 better than he needed in order to hit my damn Mutalith. But yeah, my Mutalith fled like Snake Eyes or 3 inches or whatever. He needed 11 to catch me, and he catches me on boxcars. I wanted to throw a puppy into a baby seal that was nursing a baby dolphin and kill them all. That's how disgusted I was with the world at this moment. Yeah, I'm literally too disgusted with myself to allow myself to mourn the beast. Here's a better picture of just, this is the personification. This is a beautiful picture of my stupidity and my inability to use Skull Crushers. Right here. Infantry, flank charged, Skull Crushers. On their own terms. I just don't like myself when I look at this picture. That's how just epic effing disgusting it is. It's really, really pathetically stupid that I did this, and I deserve to lose this unit simply. You know, I should give this unit away to somebody who plays 40k. That's how little I deserve this unit. Because holy god, how stupid am I. And there's Psycho Elf doing his psychotic thing into my Corn Chariot. During his magic phase, he got Word of Pain off on my warriors and does 1. He got the big one off, and he did -1 to whatever skills it is. I really didn't care. And in combat, Psycho Elf, of course, is able to kill my Corn Chariot. The Executioners are able to easily kill off one of my Skull Crushers. The one redeeming factor here is he had his Supreme Sorceress in this unit. I put all my attacks that I got into his Supreme Sorceress, was able to kill her. So that was something. But I think I also killed like maybe an Executioner. I'm not really sure. Maybe with a Stomp I was able to kill an Executioner. I don't remember exactly. But I did get his Supreme Sorceress. I felt really good about that because a little tit for tat there. But obviously I lose his combat and I break. However, yay! My Skull Crusher that survived got to get away. So that was actually pretty cool. You know, but when you're excited about getting away after you break from combat, you know you're doing something wrong. So speaking of doing something wrong, we go to top of 4, and I'm so mad. I so desperately want to kill elves now. Everything that's still alive and is not fleeing charges his witch elves. Everything, the knights, the Tzeentch chariot, the Khorne warriors, my demon prince, everything goes into the witch elves. I'm like, all right, I'm killing this unit at least. I don't care. Everything else is going left field. I need to kill some elves. I don't want to win. I just want to kill elves. That'll make me feel better. Meanwhile, my dogs continue to flee, and my Skullcrusher rallies. There's a better picture of everything slamming into the girls, because, hey, you know what? I'm not above it. I'm going to beat these women till I feel better about myself. Simple as that. No, I don't do it in real life, so before you start calling people, stop it. It's a game, people. But I do feel better when I kill elves. I do. And I'm going to just commit genocide, racist genocide on these guys, and it's going to be glorious. And there's been a picture of the dog still fleeing and the Skullcrusher still skull-crushering because he rallied. During my magic phase, because I could, I got Final Transmutation off on his Executioners. And while I don't do anything to the 2 characters or the unit champion, I do 5 statues, I guess, to the Executioners. And let's face it, that would be a beautiful statue. I would go after that. Really, it was just a spite thing. During the combat phase, I quaff my drink because if witch elves aren't going to kill you, nothing is. And I'm able to, once again, turn him into a demon prince. So, yeah. He ends up going just behind the warriors and stuff like that because, you know, he's no longer into combat. But I still feel pretty good about having another demon prince on the table. So, we get into combat. And since the women always strike first, my unit champion, my knight unit champion issues a challenge, and his unit champion accepts. She gets slaughtered. I think I get +1 weapon skill for my trouble, or +1 armor save, which turns into, you know, reroll 1 hit wound or whatever. So after all that garbage is said and done, and of course my impact hits, I think I killed 6 or 7 of the ladies, which felt pretty good. Maybe 5, I don't know. They're in that pile right there. But the ladies roll all their attacks. Keep in mind they have Super Frenzy. They have the +2 attacks because the Cauldron got it off at one point before the battle. I think during his last turn. So they have like an insane amount of attacks. He rolls them all against my Khorne warriors. Every last one. He rolls like 25, 28 wounds altogether after all is said, because they're poison and all that. I save 6. There's all the dice right there. His are the black ones, mine are the big ones. That's what we rolled. We didn't move him or anything. That's what he rolled. He was able to liquefy the entire unit of Khorne warriors before they could so much as swing one of their halberds. And I do this every game. I never give the witch elves the respect they deserve, and I never will. I understand what you're saying. I understand that you're right. I don't care. This is still amazing to me that they were able to kill off that many Khorne warriors all before they could do anything. I mean, literally before they could do anything, he killed 18 Khorne warriors. Holy God. No, 17 Khorne warriors. I'm sorry, 17. He did enough wounds. He got enough wounds through to kill them and then some. It was devastating. However, my Demon Prince, my Chariot, and my Knights are not ones to take it, you know, standing still. They are able to put a whooping on the ladies, and I actually end up winning this combat because, as you can see, there's only about 13, 14 ladies left. Not many. They are steadfast. They do end up staying, but wow! Wow, Khorne is literally just orgasmic right now with the amount of blood flowing in this little area of the world. So we go to bottom of 4. And as you probably thought, everything that he has that can charge does. His Warlock slam into the rear of my Tzeentch chariot. Kim the Kardashian slams into the flank of my Knights. And his Psycho Elf charges my last remaining Skullcrusher because why not? There's a better picture of Psycho Elf doing what he does best. And there's a better picture of this fight getting a little out of hand. Meanwhile, I've forgotten all about my spawn. He's going after the bolt thrower, who sees him coming and fires a bolt at him and puts 2 wounds on him. And it's like, which is sad. But, you know, he was free, so what do I care? Psycho Elf is easily able to kill off my Skullcrusher. Not a surprise. However, in combat over here, my BSB moves over to deal with Kim the Kardashian. My unit champion knight fights with his death hag because he issued the challenge and that death hag accepted. In retrospect, I probably should have accepted it, or I should have issued the challenge with my demon prince, but I'm making a lot of mistakes this game, so why not another one, right? In the end, though, I'm able to slaughter about 6 or 7 more witches. I'm able to do another wound or two to the. No, I don't do anything to the Doomfire Warlocks. But my BSB and the one remaining there, I think are able to put 3 wounds on Kim. I end up winning this combat, even with his charges and his rears and everything like that. With combat res, my 2 banners, I'm able, and my rear to negate his rear, I'm able to win this combat by 2 or 3. Everything but the witches breaks. I can't chase after Kim because, the knights are still in combat with the witches. But my Tzeentch chariot is able to chase the warlocks and catch them and run them off the table. Yeah, right there. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh, something turned around for me. Yay! So yeah, my Tzeentch chariot catches the warlocks and kills them off. And Kim goes running off to the to our right. So this is the picture of where my knights go. So since I won, I get more knights into combat with the witches because now I got to finish them off as soon as humanly possible. And with that, we go to top of 5. And there's a better picture. You can see where Kim ended up on the board. She was really hoofing it. I move my Tzeentch chariot so that the Psycho Elf can't hit him because he's done enough damage this game. And I move my new Demon Prince in front of the Executioners to sacrifice him instead of letting them hit the Knights and killing both of them all off the table. And that's that. During my magic phase, I cheat and get Enchanted Blades off on my Demon Prince. And by get it off, I mean he lets me. And then we go into combat, and the fight is brutal. Since my unit champion is in combat with his Death Hag does end up killing my unit champion. My Demon Prince can't do anything because he's not in base to base with anything but the Cauldron at this point, because no elves fall back to attack him. So he just sits there and gives me +2 combat res. All but 1 witch elf dies. I win this combat, but once again he ends up sticking it out. His demon or his general and his BSB are within 12 inches, so it's the best I can do. So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and his Psycho Elf charges into the flank of my my knights, and his Executioners charge into my Khorne Demon Prince, which is expected. During the shooting phase, gets stapled to the ground, and that was inevitable. But it was kind of fun. There's a better picture of the Executioners into my Demon Prince, who immediately just starts trying to lay waste in the Executioners. He issues a challenge. I believe his Dreadlord accepts it. And his Dreadlord does 1 wound, I think, to my Demon Prince. And I do 1 to him. However, the 1 wound that he gets through on my Demon Prince is from that black amulet or whatever. And I completely forget the Thunderstomp. So that sucks, but it is what it is. But we've exchanged wounds. He wins this combat, but he's a Demon Prince. He doesn't care. Over here, my BSB is able to... he has to issue a challenge. Death Hat accepts. No, that's a lie. I apologize. That is not true. My BSB issues a challenge, and what's his face? Psycho Elf accepts. So my BSB moves over. He was going to move over anyway, but he moves over. And he's able to kill Psycho Elf in combat. It was awesome. Psycho Elf did strike first, and he did have to charge. I fail 1. He does like 2 wounds to me. I fail 1 of the armor saves, which is a little ridiculous. I re-roll it, fail it again, and then I roll my 6-up ward because he's marked Tzeentch, and I make my 6-up ward. It was awesome. Both of us were like, wow, because this game has been going so back and forth this whole time. But my BSB makes his save, does 2 or 3 wounds to Psycho Elf. They get through. Psycho Elf dies. He gets +1 strength on the Eye of the Gods chart. My Demon Prince is able to kill Death Hag, which is awesome because, she had to go. She was too psycho to live. My remaining knights are able to kill off the final witch, which I'm totally okay with. And in the end, as you can see, they broke. Oh, I felt good about this. I know I shouldn't laugh. I know it's kind of a dick move, but you know what? Death will understand, because we're all about dick moves. That was a little bit weirder than I meant it to be, but you get the idea. Oh, yeah, they flee. I chase them with both units. They get run down, and it's glorious. Just absolutely glorious. I do end up losing one more knight in that combat, but yes, yes, the cauldron is run down and smashed to pieces, and I feel great about that. So here's top of 6 after movement, and there's none. My demon prince and my knights run over to harass the bolt thrower, and that's it. Everything else is pretty much. Oh, and my chariot stays way in the back so that his bolt thrower has a hard time trying to kill him if he remembers that he's there. We go into combat over here, and his dreadlord and my demon prince end up killing each other. My demon prince is able to do 2 more wounds to him, but he makes a couple of his ward saves, so he ends up killing off my demon prince, but I kill him as well. So I get his general for my demon prince, but this demon prince doesn't count for any points because he's already gotten the points from my hero. So it was totally worth it, and I got his lord, so I felt pretty good about that. And in the end, here's bottom of 6, and his executioners do end up charging my Tzeentch chariot because they redirect, or they combat reform to face the chariot, and I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna suck. So there you go. We get into combat. We'll just cut to the chase. He puts 2 wounds on my Tzeentch chariot. I don't know how many I do, but I lose his combat. I literally need Snake Eyes to stay, and as you can see, I roll Snake Eyes. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. Yeah, end up saving those points by the skin of my teeth. 120 points saved. And there it is. There's the end of the game. Looks pretty much exactly the same. What an intense game. What an intense game. But we'll get to that in a minute, because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Tokens, fellas. Tokens. Wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, every status, ailment, and effect you can think of, from not being able to move to the lore attributes to the lore hexes and bonuses that they provide. Everything that you can think of that you could need a marker for, that we use dice for, Token Grail makes the tokens. Send her an email, tell her what you need. Any gaming system, from Magic the Gathering to Infinity to Malifaux to 40k to Fantasy, whatever you need tokens for, she will make them, and they come out they're flawless. Look at them. They're the glass beads. They magnify the words in the picture, so they're really easy to see from the tabletop and everything like that. They're a lot more accurate than dice, and they're dirt cheap, guys. She sells them for less than $10 a kit. Dirt cheap prices, solid gold quality. Totally worth it. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. The only request that I make is that if you are overseas, if you're outside of America, before you send her an email, you have to understand that shipping prices are through the roof. So as long as you're okay with paying like $30+ shipping fees, don't send her an email, because it's just going to waste both your times. But if you are in America or you don't mind high shipping fees, then by all means, send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. But yeah, in the end, it was a victory for Lord Tremendous, and I was just so thrilled that I didn't get tabled. I can't even tell you. My opponent ended up having about 400 points left on the table, while I had close to 1,000, because I still had. He ended up. I lost Saval Berserk, although he did ascend and took out a general for his trouble. I do still lose the points for him per the rules. The warriors got just blasted by the witch elves. That was insane. Corn Chariot with Psycho Elf, Warhounds just fled off the table because of my stupidity, and the Beast, 100% BS. No, that was fair. It just broke my heart that it happened. The Dark Elves lost everything but their executioners, their BSB, one unit of Dark Riders, and one bolt thrower. But this was a great game. We were both furious about our own gameplay throughout the entire game. And then we were elated, and then we were disappointed, and then we were devastated, and then we were elated again. It was a game of emotions. I felt like I was going through menopause. Or you get the idea. But yeah, great combats too. Oh my God, Saval into the fast cav that stayed, losing combat by 4 or 5, and he's making his break checks. The executioner slamming into the vessel of change, and he makes insane courage to stick it out when that's what he needs. The witch elves devastating that unit of corn warriors. Oh my God! Then the warlocks and the Kardashian charging in only to bounce. Oh man, just legendary combat. If there was a bard, he'd still be singing about it right now. I'm still furious at myself about how stupid I was with the executioner's charge. That's gonna be something else that I just kick myself about for just days. Psycho Elf is not getting invited to my birthday party. I don't like him at all. Never, never, never. It's a great kit for filthy elves, but yeah, from now on, whenever I see Psycho Elf, he's getting the full attention of any magic I might have. I know he's got a 3-up board with the Twilight Cloak. I don't care. I don't care. I want him dead. But yeah, guys, it was an intensely fun game. I really did 100% enjoy it. I 100% enjoy all my games, but this one in particular was a little bit more fun than I probably should have had, just simply because of the mistakes I was making and stuff like that. But oh my God, it was a good time, and the fact that I actually won it in the end. I needed a victory after 2 tablings. I really did. But yeah, can't wait for another match against Death. He's a great Dark Elf player. He's a great Dark Elf opponent. I'm looking forward to our rematch. But yeah, guys, that should do it for this one. Battle report number 78 is in the books. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. God knows it was. I'm a little exhausted just talking about it. Just I need a Coke and maybe some cheese, and I'll be good. But yep, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.